realize such a weird and embarrassing thing to admit, but my life was just wrapped up in what Kody needed.
You won't believe the tea we're spilling today? From secret breakups to shocking lies, this is Unreal Tea. Hit subscribe before the drama starts. Welcome everyone when the mask finally slipped. It was no careless remark. It was a revelation that shocked the whole Sisterwives universe. In a strange cameo, Kody Brown revealed something deeply disturbing. He's envious of how mothers naturally love their kids. Not only that, he doubled back and admitted that unconditional love doesn't come easily to him. This is no red flag. It's an alarm bell. Viewers were appalled. This is the man who had almost 20 children, and now he claims that love doesn't happen easily? That caught like a punch to the gut, particularly given how emotionally distant he's been from any child who wasn't residing under Robyn's roof. Viewers felt for years that something wasn't right, but hearing Kody utter the words made it stark reality. What does it mean for the kids who needed his love the most? Christine breaks free and leaves the past behind. June 2025 isn't another month for the Brown family. It's a whole new turn. Christine Brown has finally transitioned into her I owe nobody anything phase. Her European whirlwind tour with her husband David, without truly, generated buzz. But Christine's actions say everything. She's finally placing herself first. For years, Christine had the burden of a disintegrating plural marriage. She brought up children in a state of tension, coped with domestic turmoil, and waited. Waited for love, waited for respect, waited for peace. But not now. Switzerland, Germany, Austria. Christine strolled unfamiliar streets with David at her side, smiling, radiant, flourishing. At home, happiness is unfolding. Aspen is expecting, McKelty is back in Utah, and Christine is to become a grandmother once more. She's not stuck in survival mode anymore. She's living out dreams she never even imagined. This isn't a glow-up. This is a resurrection. The kids are done waiting for Kody. The next generation of Browns aren't just moving on. They're running from the emotional wreckage their father left behind. Gabe, who was once openly crying about being ghosted by Kody, has lost more than 75 pounds and could be forging a new life in Chicago. There are whispers of romance, but one thing is certain. Gabe's not glancing back. And then there's Hunter, dividing his time between parties and serene hikes up Mount Charleston and Griffith Peak. It's not about socializing, it's about identity. He's looking for balance after a life of chaos. Tony, on the other hand, entered the limelight at a national chess tournament in Vegas. He didn't merely attend, he ruled, being ranked close to the top. He even made light of dropping in the ratings, taking ownership of his story with humor and pride. That's the type of confidence that comes from exiting dysfunction. Maddie's silent message. Maddie spoke volumes on Father's Day, but it wasn't about Kody. Her powerful tribute to her husband Caleb transmitted a loud, silent message. This is what fatherhood looks like. In a family in which emotional absence of the patriarch was the norm, Maddie is opting for something more for her children. Her daughter Evie, who has a limb difference, recently danced at a recital. Maddie's pride shone through in her post. Not only for Evie's bravery, but for the strength of their family. Janelle's quiet revolution. Janelle Brown has become one of the strongest women in the entire franchise. Quietly, ominously, she's rewriting her story. She's not only surviving, she's redefining what it means to be strong. From emotional sharing regarding anxiety and identity, to going to blueberry festivals in North Carolina and finding joy in the little things with blueberry earrings, Janelle is opting for peace. Her Teflon Queen swag isn't a cliche. It's a survivor's emblem. She's surrounded by women who support her. A sisterhood forged not from TV deals, but from uplift. And under the smiles, the sadness of Garrison's loss remains. Janelle wears it with poise, reminding us all that healing is not a straight line. It's stacked, chaotic, courageous. Meri's rebirth in silence. Meri Brown's makeover isn't so vocal, but just as powerful. She went solo to Boston for a Mel Robbins session, a move that indicates where her heart and mind currently reside. No longer tethered to a broken family structure, Meri is seeking clarity, purpose, and peace. She's overseeing renovations at Lizzie's Heritage Inn, proving that her focus is not only emotional but practical. Meri's rebirth isn't about escaping the past. It's about owning the future. She's no longer the timid, lonely woman from earlier seasons. She's focused, fired up, and finally free. The Kody crisis continues back to Kody, because his recent cameo still reverberates through the fandom. The idea that he struggles to love his children unconditionally is more than shocking. It's devastating. Viewers are asking, how can a man with 2 decades of parenting under his belt admit to being jealous of maternal love and expect sympathy? The cracks in his image have become chasms. The emotional abuse, the favoritism, the excuses, it's all coming back to haunt her. Suki under fire. Even Tell All host Suki is getting heat. In a recent sit-down with Sarah Fraser, she explained her gentle approach as being out of respect for the children. But fans aren't fooled. The failure to call out Robyn on hot-button issues like the doll collection wasn't well received. And her intimacy with Christine and Janelle, joking about drinking wine together, raises questions in fans' minds about whether she's too intimate with the cast to be unbiased. Audiences crave raw honesty, responsibility, and emotional resonance. Not yet another network gloss. At the moment, the tell-alls read like scripted productions rather than emotional release. Christine's voice gets louder. Christine is not only going on the road, she's using her voice, and that's being heard. In an Instagram Live recently, she revealed what peace actually looks like after all the decades of turmoil. She didn't say his name, but the message was clear as a bell. She's taking her power back. Each word hit like the kind of clarity that can only come from surviving something soul-sucking and emerging on the other side stronger. David Woolley, the quiet rock. David is not only Christine's husband, he's become the steady anchor in her previously chaotic life. Fans can't get enough of how he appears for Truly, how he stands behind Christine in a quiet way without overwhelming her story. In a household where so many males failed to present emotional maturity, David's quiet devotion says it all. Gwendolyn's quiet insurrection. Gwendolyn keeps forging her place as an authentic voice within the Brown family. From YouTube commentary to straight shooting Q&As, she hasn't been shy about what it's like. Her authenticity regarding queerness, mental health, and family life is offering fans something authentic. She's not attempting to sugarcoat things, and that rough around the edges authenticity is a welcome respite. Logan's flight from the spotlight. While certain brown children are entering the limelight, Logan is opting for silence, and that in itself is a strong statement. The oldest sibling in the family has nearly retreated from the spotlight, creating life with his wife outside of the public eye. It's privacy as protest, a strong abjuring of the dysfunction he grew up in, Robyn's echo chamber. At the same time, Robyn appears to be in denial, isolated in a bubble, still defending her reputation with all the fervor, still parroting Kody's complaints, and still deflecting blame. She has been missing from substance-filled updates, made ambiguous social media statements, and displayed emotional distance from the rest of the family. It is the quiet that speaks the loudest. Leon's journey of identity, Meri and Kody's child Leon, continues to walk their identity journey in a world that frequently gets it wrong. They've stepped back from the sisterwives' limelight, but their sporadic reports on personal development, love, and acceptance are acts of quiet bravery in the face of criticism. Janelle's power in stillness. Janelle's power isn't in doing, it's in being still. She's the eye of the hurricane. Whether it's sitting at the gravesite of her son or writing in a cafe, she's proving healing is not always a battle. It can also be a quiet, intentional taking back. Christine's wedding on the horizon. There are whispers of an official wedding ceremony for Christine and David. While they've already committed emotionally, fans are waiting for a celebration that marks her come full circle. A wedding unencumbered by secrecy or polygamy, but one filled with self-love and new beginnings. Kody's exploding persona. Kody's social media account has grown more unhinged, baffling TikToks, tirades masquerading as sagacity, and mysterious captions that leave followers stumped. His online demeanor is as splintered as his family lineage. The confident patriarch of yore now appears lonely and insecure. The dollhouse scandal reopens. Yes, the notorious doll collection is open again for debate. Fans are still outraged that Robyn wasn't probed more intensely on its symbolism. Many see it as representative of the infantilization of her status within the family, and viewers demand to know. The fact that Suki dodged this discussion only fuels speculation of bias. Christine's memoir, Tease. Christine has recently hinted that she's writing a book. If it is true, it could rock the franchise to its foundations. A not holding back glimpse at her life, from teenage bride to independent matriarch, may be just the unvarnished, unapologetic tale fans have been clamoring for. Garrison's legacy lives on, though tragedy befell him in the loss of Garrison. His legacy lives on. Janelle shared a tribute video showcasing his passions, his gentleness, and the unfulfilled dreams he had left behind. Supporters replied with a flood of affection, reminding the family they're not isolated in their loss. Family splits cement. What seemed like fissures earlier now feel like unbridgeable divisions. Christine, Janelle, and Meri are living lives that no longer overlap with Robyn and Kody's. The vision of one plural family? It's over, and it's never returning. TLC's tightrope. Behind the scenes, TLC is said to be walking a tightrope, attempting to keep the franchise profitable without fueling fan outrage. The tell-alls, editing decisions, and character emphasis all appear more orchestrated than ever. Fans are observing the producers with as much attention as the stars these days. The wives' financial independence. Christine and Janelle have quietly established their own platforms, from Plexus businesses to speaking engagements. Meri has returned her focus to her B&B. This isn't merely healing emotionally, it's about never having to be financially reliant on Kody again. The fan base speaks podcasts, TikToks, Reddit forums. Fans are now the real storytellers. The sisterwives online community has become an entity unto itself, demanding transparency, sounding the red flags, and keeping the spotlight where TLC won't. What freedom really looks like. The narrative of Sister Wives was originally about oneness, faith, and devotion. Now it's about freedom. Christine found it in David, Janelle found it in stillness. Meri found it on a solo journey. The kids are chasing it in cities across America. And fans, we're finally seeing the truth. What happens next? This family isn't just breaking apart, it's transforming. One woman at a time, one child at a time. And perhaps that's the true tale of sister wives these days. No longer a story of polygamy, but a story of freedom. This family's drama is far from over. So smash. Like if you're TH Team Wives, subscribe for the next explosive update and drop a comment below. Who do you think will win? Stay shady, stay curious, and I'll see you in the next scandal. Behind TLC, Sister Wives out.